Hello again, YouTube. Down here in sunny Southern California in San Diego. They've just recently had some flooding. Kind of interesting. You can see on the fence that is trash just stuck to the fence where the water washed it up there. That's how high the water got. Anyway, we're gonna troubleshoot a transmission on a KBR 925. So for all you mechanics out there, hopefully this will help you one day. And if you're not a mechanic, this probably won't help you too much, but hope you still enjoy the video. So stay tuned. All right, so customer complaint is second gear and fourth gear work. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so second gear and fourth gear work, but first, third, fifth, and sixth do not?
Correct.
Okay. So let's see if we can hear anything. With it in neutral, you should be able to hear a whine. And I don't hear anything. So let's start with what we do here. So we go into first gear. Okay, so first gear does nothing. Second gear, that lights up. So it's first gear. So we're getting like a slight decrease in the engine RPM, and I mean it's very slight. All right, so let's see, in second gear, what do we get? I'm gonna try this in reverse so we don't move into anything. Well, that's also interesting. That should not be happening. All right, we get a load. Third. We get a little load up in third. It's just okay. We get a load up in fourth. We don't get any load up in fifth or sixth. All right. Start with the obvious things. Why do we have power switching from side to side here? Start checking for loose wires. That's fine. So attached. So we're looking, this is all normal. This is not normal, but these are probably supposed to be spliced together. So we'll get the book and take a look at the diagram and see what we've got going on here. Start looking. This is on the shifter. We've got 14 volts on the fifth and sixth gears going in. Nothing coming out, which is normal. I've got 28 volts, which is what it should be. And I should actually not have any here because this switch is not powered on. So see, I've got 4 volts here and 28 volts here. 28 volts here like it's supposed to. So I'm going to start looking where else am I missing voltage from. So I've got 28 volts here, and this is for the horn. That's good. So this is a normally open because it's green, and these are normally closed because they're red. So yeah, this one having a small amount of voltage on the back side of it, that's concerning. We got to figure out why. So we come over here and I noticed I've got 28 volts on this normally open one, and I've got 14 volts on the other side of it, which shouldn't be there. So then I got to figure out, what does this go to? If I follow this wire right here, it's kind of hard to see because it gets bunched up, but essentially it runs right here, and it actually runs across here to my fifth and sixth gear. I don't know why I have a power wire feeding. Well, let me check and make for sure. I've got got a power wire feeding directly from an e-stop. No, this is the 5th and 6th gear. So I've got a little bit of power feeding off to 5th and 6th gears. So when I'm putting it in 2nd and 4th, I'm actually getting two sets of gears at once, essentially, or 1.5. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm getting more voltage than I should. So let's figure out what happens if I take this wire out and take this voltage away. Okay, so for testing purposes, I've disconnected these 2 wires because this wire loops from here to there, and then it just loops across here and gives power to 5th and 6th gear. And I thought maybe that has something to do with it, but I disconnected the power source. And well, I'm still technically getting voltage on this. So I come over here to the ground side, and this is just the light bulb circuit. I got voltage on that too. So I follow this wire and I come over here and I've got voltage on this one too. I come over here to this ground circuit. These are just for light bulbs that light up in these buttons when you push them. So they're supposed to have power on one side and ground on the other. But I've got voltage on my ground circuit. So that tells me that probably has something to do with it here. So if I check this ground, same thing, voltage on the ground circuit. This also grounds out my propel lever. So that could be our whole problem, is we've got power back feeding into this. So let's see what happens if I come over here and attach. Let's see if I can find it. A stick. Come on. Just trying to get this stabbed in here in a way that it'll stay in place. There. So if I reach down here and move this propel lever, I go from 14 volts to 23 volts as soon as I break center. Huh. Wonder what's causing that. So stay tuned, we'll see if we can't figure it out. Alright, so this took me a minute to figure out because I was testing and getting like, I disconnected this here, this first light bulb, and because I disconnected that, I wasn't feeding power through anything. And then this is our horn, just so you're aware, which was lighting up green when we put it in gear. This is our controls enable. Now I currently have it disabled, so as we can see here, if I come here, I've got no voltage and voltage on this side, so I'm interrupting my controls circuit. Come on. Oh, I'm not getting a good ground. There we go. Thank you. Now I'm getting a worse ground. Anyway, we'll just do this. No controls. With it in, this is first gear. I can reach down here and we get a load up. You can hear it. It's trying to move the machine. And then I would pull this out and you would hear it, it's trying to move. And I lose propel. I got nothing now. So it threw me for a loop because I would come down here and I would see like no voltage, but then if I would try to propel, no, stick it to the thing here. When I would try to propel, oh, now it's not going to do it at all. I was seeing some voltage back feeding. And I should have realized this because I knew this from previous experience. If you put voltage through a ground circuit, it means you have an open ground. So we followed wires way down here in the bottom. Now you can see it now because I pulled it out and let it hang. But there's a ground wire right here, not connected. That was laying in there and you couldn't see it, but I pulled it out so you could see it. So yeah, let's reconnect that and see what we get. So all I did was so far is stick that wire to the ground lug, and now with my controls enabled, which earlier was giving us problems, and in first gear we have propel, and it's quick like it's supposed to be. Let's try second gear. Fourth gear. Third gear. Fifth gear. Sixth gear. Hey, we have 6 gears and we have propel again. So now we're gonna go get a new ring terminal, crimp that back on, and put that back like it's supposed to be. So thanks for watching, and make sure you have a safe day. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.